Hello everyone, welcome to Tarot 2T. Today's reading will be for water signs, and I'm going to start with Cancer since we're still in Cancer season, followed up here by Pisces, and last but not least, Scorpio. So if you've been with me before, you know how it goes, but just to inform you if you haven't, the first top card I'm going to pull for you will be your overall theme for July 2024. I don't think I said the month. And I am a little bit late. I apologize for that. I actually went out of town for 4th of July here in the United States, so I'm just a few days out. Second card here will be a complicating factor, something contributing to your overall theme, followed up by cards of advice, and I always pull clarifiers as needed. As a reminder, please like the video, please subscribe. I am trying to build up the channel, keep it going. I love doing these readings, but honestly, when you don't get a lot of feedback, you wonder if there's anybody out there. And it's like you're talking to a blank wall, and I'm getting better at it, I think. I think I'm honing my skills, and this is helping me improve my readings, but it'd just be nice to have some feedback once in a while and know that I'm appreciated, right? Everybody needs that support, honestly, in whatever we do. So let's go ahead and open up with Cancer's overall theme. We have the Queen of Spades. Contributing to the overall theme is the Ten of Hearts. Interesting. You might be dealing with an air sign. That would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is the Queen of Spades I'm talking about here. This person is not, or if it could be, I'll back up. Let me just back up before I trip over my tongue. It could be you. This is about somebody who's keeping to themselves, not revealing some feelings, what's going on in their head and their heart and their mind. If not, it's an air sign, or you're embodying this air sign energy. Queen position shows a little bit of status there and some mastery, but really it's about that kind of that hermit energy, just like keeping your mouth shut, keeping something to yourself. But this is what's interesting, is contrasting. We have the Ten of Hearts. This is about some kind of chapter ending, and this is your ultimate happiness, and it's like celebrating, spending time with family, with friends. It's like, I don't want to say like a long accomplished goal, but it's like you've reached some kind of great happiness. Is that why you're in hermit mode? Like you're relishing it, maybe? It could also be that, I'll just throw it out there, it's an alternative. I'm not really feeling it. I'm an intuitive reader, but I'm not feeling it necessarily strongly, but it's possible you met an air sign and they're like your cup of tea. I'm hearing your cup of tea, your ultimate happiness in some regard. Maybe somebody's come back to you even. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull clarifiers. Wow, these cards do not want to shuffle. They're like, a lot of resistance. Okay, Two of Diamonds. We have harmony highlighted here and balance in your finances, especially in some kind of partnership. It's on top of the Ten of Hearts, so I'm feeling like you're with... It's kind of a crazy angle, but I feel like I'm talking to a Cancer who's with an air sign that doesn't talk a lot. They're not very communicative. But you have your ultimate happiness here, and your finances are looking pretty nice. So in this partnership or relationship or whatever connection it is for you, what other information can you give me in this message? The message is not clear to me what the message is about. This is kind of painting a picture. Jack of Clubs, Five of Spades. Okay, the Five of Hearts, Five of Spades, duh. Five of Hearts, you can see that's hearts. Five of Hearts is about a separation, a physical separation. The first thing that came to mind, I thought I was going out on a limb here, but I think I'm talking to a Cancer who's involved with an air sign that doesn't talk a lot. There's some kind of like not there's some kind of non-communication with that person. Maybe they have a hard time speaking. Maybe they stutter, or they keep to themselves. They're a loner. I'm not sure. Because usually the Queen, I'll just be honest, usually the Queen of Spades is not a positive attribute or characteristic, but maybe in this scenario, it's just who they are. Because I think you separated from a fire sign here. The Jack of Clubs is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. It could also be like a younger person, like even a child, or your kid, not a small child, you know what I mean? Like it's a kid who grew up and moved away, went to college. But I'm actually picking up very strongly. This is about the physical separation with a fire sign, possibly younger than you, or you saw them as immature. Yeah. I would just say, but the Jack of Clubs is usually kind of somebody you can rely upon, so I don't think they were a complete a-hole. I don't think this is like a terrible, terrible person. It's just that you had to separate from them for some reason. And it's brought you this. It's your true happiness. And financially, you're stable and balanced. And I'm also picking up, if you're not involved with an air sign, it's just you just kind of like in your own mode. This would actually make a lot of sense. I've been through that. I've been through breakups. And sometimes you just want to keep to yourself. You're not talking a lot about it. People around you think, yeah, life goes on. And you're just, moving on. But there could be a lot going on inside. Yeah, I think it's definitely a relationship. It's a relationship, and there's a separation, but it's actually bringing you a lot of happiness and stability. But there's this air of like not expressing your feelings, not telling people what you're going through. Sorry to keep harping on that, but I'm trying to feel it out. So I'm going to ask for at least one more card before we get into advice for you, Cancer. Okay. Yeah, see, you desire this intimate connection. I'm on the fence with this one. It's either an air sign you're now involved with who's brought this happiness on the heels of this separation with a fire sign, but this is about that intimate connection and wanting that closeness with somebody, that harmony and balance. Even though you're happy and in this balanced financial position, maybe you're still seeking this. I don't think it's sad energy. I'm not picking up sadness here. It's just kind of the way it is. It's your reality. Let's go ahead and look at cards of advice. Wow. New beginning, new skills, new experiences. It's usually around knowledge with the Ace of Clubs. You're being advised to branch out and start this new path. Maybe it is about, I'm going to say a distraction, like a hobby or something, you know what I mean? Like learning how to paint, learning to play the piano. I mean, that's kind of the typical answer, but you know what I'm saying. It could be something like that. It's like learning a new skill will help push you down this new path of this happiness. Nine of Clubs, King of Spades. There you got that air energy again with the King of Spades. And the Nine of Clubs is about an achievement, and again, like a completion. I will tell you, this King of Spades is usually somebody who's not on the same page. They have a very good, positive, practical sense about them, but they tend to disagree with the group or a person. They just will not get on the same page. That's kind of what they're about, even though they got a very good head on their shoulders. It's not about them being particularly spiteful or anything. But it's funny you have that wrapped up with the Nine of Clubs. I feel like you settled something with somebody that you weren't on the same page with. And that's why the Nine of Clubs here is like, that's an achievement. You're being asked to recognize the achievement here. Maybe, oh, this just occurred to me. Maybe this is you. You wouldn't settle. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of hitting the nail on the head. You wouldn't settle under someone's terms. And as a result, you have this achievement and completion. Okay. What else are we going to look at here? One more card of advice for Cancer. It's kind of a weird reading. I'll be honest, usually I get more specifics. It's kind of... I'm not feeling real clear about who I'm speaking to. Like, because, you know, I've done that several times during your reading. But look at this. The Eight of Hearts is telling you, because this is your advice, get out there, mingle. This is mingling. Spending time with family and friends and having a good time. Potential with the Eight of Hearts to meet somebody special that will fulfill this. Because you still have meeting someone new on your mind. Yeah, I don't think I'm speaking to a Cancer who's hooked up with somebody. They're just keeping to themselves. But here you go. Get out there. Have fun. That energy will attract what you're looking for, Cancer. At least start to attract. It may not happen overnight. And the new beginning, learning to explore, learning more about yourself, getting to know people. I mean, all of that falls under gaining new knowledge and skill. Anyway, that is your reading, Cancer. I am going to move on to Pisces. Pisces, let's see what's going on with you, July 2024. We got the Queen of Clubs. And the complicating, contributing factor is the Three of Hearts with the Eight of Clubs. You may be making a decision here around a Queen of Clubs, which would be a fire sign. Yeah. I mean, if this is relationship, I am picking up relationship. We got the hearts with the three. And threes talk about decisions or being pulled in two different directions. This is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. This is somebody you respect, somebody you feel like you can turn to as well. It's not gender. We're not looking at the gender, so don't worry about it being a queen. But the decision here with the Eight of Clubs is you're at a crossroads. That's kind of cryptic. I'm not going to say anything until I pull a card out. Pisces, what are you trying to decide here? And who is this Eight of Clubs? Queen of Clubs. Whoa. That's kind of weird. I have two decks, so that's why we have two Four of Clubs. It's emphasizing like harmony and balance around the home. Are you trying to decide about a roommate or potentially I'm hearing a long-term relationship with somebody, and if they can bring this stability, because this is about, double the stability. The fours you can view as the four foundations holding up your home life. You know, it literally is kind of the roof over your head, your lifestyle, how things are at home. You have a stable home life. You got it twice. But there's some big decision that's like, it's pulling on you emotionally. I feel like it's about letting someone into your life. And I think this is what you have going on, and that's what's at stake. I mean, maybe you're a single person. This is something I am picking up. Single person out there dating, but you have like a kid at home. And you need whoever this is to be very reliable and trustworthy. Because you can't have chaos. I mean, that to me is like the fortress, the two Four of Clubs coming out. Double protection, I should say, against having your home life turned upside down. Any more cards before we move on to advice for Pisces? Okay. Ace of Hearts is very important that you follow your heart. And it's a new start. Yeah, I think it's a decision around a person to get involved with them, and you have this at stake, kind of disrupting whatever is important to you around your home life. And I do want to mention again, the Eight of Clubs is being at a crossroads. So you're kind of sitting on the fence. It is affecting you emotionally too. You don't know which way to go with this. You don't know which way to go. The water energy is very strong. I'm not going to say you're wishy-washy, but I think water signs can be like, kind of like Libras. They tend to weigh the scales. Sometimes, I'm not saying they can't make decisions, but I think sometimes it's a challenge to make decisions. I think that's the kind of energy that's coming out here, Pisces. You're trying to make a decision around whoever this character is. Somebody you really admire and look up to, and you can rely upon, but you're not sure if you can just take that final leap. There's something about them you're trying to decide. And I don't think it's just, something ordinary. I think it's huge. Let's go ahead and look at your advice. Four of Spades. Yes, so you have stress relief around the home. You have the four emphasized again and again. That's about your stability around your home. And everything's stress-free for you right now. So this is your advice. So that's being highlighted. You have no stress at home. Okay, what else is advice going to give you? The universe. You got that Jack of Clubs. I'm picking up, this is emphasizing fire sign energy again. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and it's being highlighted they're younger. Maybe this is something you haven't looked at. I'm hearing this. You haven't looked at, there's an age difference. Or they are not, how do I say it? They're not as far along in their professional life. They don't have they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do for their career. They're kind of bouncing around, or they're, you know what I mean? And not that that's a deal breaker, but I think the advice here is highlighting that they're less experienced. They're not as established. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. More cards of advice. And you have the stress-free home. So what was I just saying a second ago? That's very important to you. And the Six of Diamonds. I'm not sure how this... I'm going to be honest. I've had kind of a vague reading with the last sign too, which was Cancer. I'm not sure how this applies. This is talks about financial opportunities. It could be not literally money. It could be other forms of abundance. But you have other opportunities coming up financially that you need to consider, maybe like a promotion. And if you have this, you're bringing this into your life, whoever this person is, you have to weigh that against, can you take on these new opportunities? Can you take advantage of them and have potentially your home life, where was it? Having your home life disrupted in some manner, because it's, again, that seems to be very important to you, and following your heart. And this would be a new start. So I feel like this would be opening up I heard can of worms, but also a new chapter. Huh. I don't think I've ever had quite a reading that was kind of that blunt, especially with the advice. You have a stress-free home. Just to reiterate it here for a second, you're dealing with somebody who's less established with you, and apparently financial opportunities are on the horizon for you. And I don't think that's necessarily about investing. I think it's about career. And if you make this decision, that's going to affect your future. Not necessarily negatively or positively. I'm not saying that. I think the advice is just giving you things to weigh and things to consider. And I don't normally get messages like that, but that's what I'm getting. I'm an intuitive reader. So Pisces, that's your reading. I hope it helped. I hope you subscribe and hit the like button. Last but not least, let's look at Scorpio's theme for July 2024. We got the Joker, the Black and White Joker, and the King of Diamonds. The Black and White Joker is also the Fool card. And what's contributing to that is, wow, you got the Black and White Joker again. And the Five of Spades, there's some kind of breakup here, Scorpio, with things being up in the air. That's how I see the Fool card and the Joker, is that unsettled energy. It might be a earth sign that you have broken up with. Not necessarily romantic, but pointing in that direction. There's some kind of earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, who's got some status here with the king, not necessarily male, but there's some status here, and the Fool card is like you don't know where things stand with them. And the breakup of whatever form it has taken, it's kind of set you, how do I say, it's kind of disrupted your balance. That's what I'm getting. Because the Fool energy is strong, and it came out twice. The Fool card can be new beginning, but it's also about not knowing what lies ahead. More cards to clarify. Scorpio doesn't seem to be having a happy July 2024, at least not the ones I'm reading for. Oh, that's way too many. We'll see if that card comes out again. Crazy shuffling today. Queen of Hearts, it's very important you to take care of yourself. This is water energy, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, but I think it's very strong indication is very important, or you're in self-care mode very strongly. This is that nurturing card, almost like that mother figure. Yeah, with things being up in the air and you not knowing where things headed, I think you're very much being, I want to say self-protective, but you could interpret it as that. You're in the self-protective mode. Not defensive, but very important that you take care of your own needs, right? Two of Spades. Yeah, this is not, there's no reconciliation with this. Bummer. I think you probably know that, but here's a confirmation. This is about a rift between usually just two people. Can be a situation, but two people and things aren't repairable. This is the opposite of harmony and balance. But with the two, it's representing that partnership, that one-on-one. And self-care mode. Okay, let's look at your advice, Scorpio. It looks like you need... Okay, Two of Spades again. I meditated on these cards before I turned on the camera. I didn't know this was under here. You got it again. Okay, I'm speaking to a Scorpio that might have not realized this is done and over with. It's, there's not much else to say, except when it comes out in the advice. Indicating to me maybe you're hanging on to a little bit of a glimmer of hope. I don't know. I'm not seeing too much how you feel, except I think you're feeling unstable with all the Joker energy, things being unsettled. So there's probably a lot of anxiety, uncertainty. Not sure how you feel about that person necessarily, but there's a breakup. So you're probably not feeling too good. Nine of Spades. Yep, this is a completion. This is being emphasized in your advice. So yes, if you thought that this was going to repair itself, it doesn't look to me like it will. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this is the energy I'm picking up. This is usually pretty dark. It could be a significant loss. It's not a 10, but 9 is one step from a 10, which is like the ultimate ending. So there's a degree of pain and despair around it. Any other cards of advice for Scorpio, please? Tower. How fitting is that? Yep, time to start over. So the Tower, can be read pretty negatively, but you got to remember, you're able to rebuild with this Tower. You got a foundation to rebuild on. It's just whatever was there before is not sustainable, right? The Tower falls. If you're resisting because of the Two of Spades and the Nine of Spades here and these Two of Spades, emphasizing it being over, if you were resisting that, This is kind of an invitation to let it fall. Don't try to stop the chain of events. Whatever is transpiring, you have to somehow let it go and accept it. It's about that acceptance and not putting up that resistance. I'm sorry, Scorpio. This is a crappy reading for you this month. I'm not feeling I should go any further with it. It's pretty clear. Actually, your reading was more clear than the other two signs. But I just did Pisces and I just did Cancer. And if you're interested in those, if you skip to your sign, whatever, they're available. I'm not sure what sign I'm going to do next, but I was a little bit behind because I went out of town for the 4th of July holiday. But stay tuned. I might do Earth signs next. So if you want to look at whoever this person is, if the person you're dealing with or broken up with, yeah, I'm feeling that might be the next one. Anyway, sorry to go off in a tangent. Thank you for joining me. I hope the reading helped. I hope your July turns out pretty darn good despite the circumstances here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like. And I look forward to seeing you again. Take care.